Ever wonder why the cost of everything keeps increasing? Well, that's due to inflation. Inflation is a general increase in prices that leads to a fall in the purchasing power of money. But don't panic. A little inflation is normal and even beneficial for a healthy economy. It only becomes risky when it grows too quickly, causing money to lose value at an alarming rate. The Sam Ewing example is, think of inflation as paying $15 for the $10 haircut you used to get for $5 when you had hair. Inflation occurs for two main reasons: an increase in production costs, or when demand for products and services increases faster than supply. Let's look at these two types of inflation: cost push and demand pull. Cost push inflation is like a domino effect that starts with an increase in production costs. If it costs more to make a product or provide a service, companies will pass that cost on to consumers by raising the price of those products and services. This could be triggered by a variety of factors. For instance, an increase in mandatory wages when businesses are legally required to bump up the pay of their employees, or natural disasters disrupting a supply chain, causing a scarcity of a resource. Then there's demand pull inflation. This happens when demand races ahead of production. If everyone wants to buy something that's in limited supply, companies charge more for that product. Some consumers are willing to pay more, while others are forced to. Factors that can cause demand pull inflation include an unbalanced recovery from a downturn or low interest rates that encourage people to borrow more money, meaning they have more money to spend. So, inflation can happen when it costs more to make something, or when everyone wants to buy something that's in limited supply. But remember, a little inflation is normal and even good for a healthy economy. It's when it spirals out of control that we need to worry. But not everyone experiences the effects of inflation the same way. Debtors, particularly those with fixed-rate loans, can actually benefit from inflation. As prices rise, the value of the money they owe decreases, reducing the real burden of their debt. Similarly, owners of physical assets, like land or property, often find these assets hold their value during inflationary periods, providing a stable investment. Conversely, savers and retirees on fixed incomes may find inflation more challenging. For savers, if the rate of inflation surpasses the interest rate on their savings, the real value of their money diminishes over time. Retirees on fixed incomes, or those with interest-based investments, might find their income doesn't keep pace with inflation. In other words, the effects of inflation can have both positive and negative outcomes. It can be advantageous for some and detrimental for others. So, depending on your situation, inflation could either be a friend or a foe. Understanding how inflation works is crucial, and the effects aren't uniform. You'll fare far better if you prepare yourself, educate yourself, and understand its causes, types, and potential impacts.